Hello, my name is Vios. I live in Toronto, Canada, and this video is for anyone struggling with touchdown rise. Many people would benefit from thinking about touchdown rise as being more closely related to a roundoff. So we're going to talk about roundoff and Gumbi before we get to touchdown rise. So with your own tricking, think for a second. Do you do roundoff kicking back the same leg as your touchdown rise or the other leg? If you do a cart off, you probably kick the other leg from your touchdown rise. So if this is the case, I want you to try a roundoff, kicking back the same leg as you would on your touchdown rise. A lot of people, this feels like they're doing roundoff right and twisting left. It feels really weird. But if you go inverted and if you just get the position right, then you block straight and you're able to twist either way and it doesn't matter. So this is really important for your touchdown rise and especially for Gumbi. So note, I'm going to talk about Gumbi as a prerequisite to touchdown rise, but I actually believe it's a harder trick. So Gumbi is difficult because if you don't arch enough and you don't push your hips out enough, it turns into a regular old cartwheel. A cartwheel on your opposite twisting side. I'm not going to talk about Gumbi too much in this video, but I'm just going to show you a couple drills to help you understand the position, to help with your Gumbi and to help with your touchdown rise. So if you're struggling to understand Gumbi, here's a prerequisite you can try. Start in a push-up position, lift up your arm and leg on one side, try to lean over to a bridge. And then you can try that like a slow motion Gumbi as well. So a simpler version of that exercise, if you don't have a strong bridge, is to do it right on a wall. So start like this, move your hands up if you're not as flexible, and then just lean over, get to this position. You can also do that exercise in a handstand. Start facing this way, handstand, and then try to step around to here. And then you can speed that up and go right over. So handstand this way, this arm comes over this way. Oh. So the arm position is tricky on a Gumbi. It's like reaching down into a handstand, but on this side, this way. What you want to avoid is reaching across your chest like this. You want your arm to come from behind. So when you're going into your Gumbi, this may feel funny, but start with both arms up like this. You don't want to bring this arm this way because it just doesn't give you the right kind of momentum. Get your arms up, bring your chest down, and you initiate the twist from the chest, so there's no reaching across, and let the floor just come to you. So the twist doesn't come from your arms. Once your leg is back and you're here, you twist from your chest. Your arms don't lead your chest leads your arms. It even helps if you start with your shoulders back. Don't be hunched like this, because then it'll be hard to lean back. So you want to have your arms up, bring your chest down, and then you initiate from down here with your chest. And that actually brings me into my first point. So here are the three main points that I want to talk about for touchdown rise, and they all apply to Gumbi as well. Number one, get your chest down. You don't want to touchdown rise from up here, because then when you jump, you'll be waiting for the ground. You want to get down where you can reach the ground, and then you initiate from here. A really good warm-up stretch you can do to help warm up for that is kicking straight back and touching down in front of you. So try to avoid your hips opening up. Try to just kick straight back and get your chest down. And then you can even start thinking about it like a touchdown rise. So you get your chest down, leg up, and then the twist happens from here. Down, twist. Number two, kick backwards. A lot of people, they start to turn too early. This turns their hips, and then they end up kicking this way or even this way. As you're bringing your chest down, you want to stay straight. So remember, think about it like a round-off. Stay straight and then kick back. Straight back. Whatever the muscles are on the direct back of your leg, pull with those. Don't pull out at all. If you pull out, then it has to come all the way around. It's just not going to work. And if it starts to turn a little bit and it goes that way, don't worry. Even if your hips start to turn, it doesn't matter. You don't want to open your legs up this way or kick this way, because now you're going backwards like this. You want to stay straight so you can kick, and then the twist happens right at the bottom, like that. So my third main point for touchdown rise and for Gumbi is once you're in the air, once you've kicked, keep your legs as wide as you can. You don't want to bring them together. So here's what not to do. Here's what you want to do. So the reason for that is when you bring your legs together, when you're upside down mid-trick, it shifts your center of gravity and it slows down your flip. And then also, if you keep your legs as wide as you can, then you'll be able to reach for the ground earlier in the trick. And then you won't have to spend as much time in the air waiting to land. It means you can set deeper into the flip and you can reach the ground earlier. Few little final tips. Be careful of your arm when you're doing this, when you're going for a touchdown rise, especially when you're learning it or making some changes to it. You might get more or less height than you thought. You don't want to land on a locked arm, so always keep a little bent in it, just to be safe. Stretch. Make sure you're feeling warm and stretched out before you try these tricks, or else you just won't get the maximum benefit out of the energy you put into it, and you risk hurting yourself. The foot you put down, make sure it's pointing the direction you want to go. If it turns a little bit, that's okay. A little tip to help you get the balance on your Gumbi. Let's say I'm Gumbying towards you. As you reach down, take this hand, instead of putting it down on the line, reach all the way over this way. So that you lean this way. Some people out there have a different kind of problem in their touchdown rise. Tumblers, gymnasts, capoeira people, extremely flexible shoulders people. So the thing that's hard for most people, you're good at. Your Gumbi and your touchdown rise ends up too inverted and too on axis, and then you find it hard to swing out of it or hard to push off the arm. So for you guys, what you want to do is get a little bit more off axis. So there's different ways to do that. You could try throwing a hook in front of it. That'll just kind of put you on the tricking axis. Try spinning into it. Definitely avoid walking straight into it. So spin into it like this. So I tried to keep this video pretty concise, just the main points I thought would be helpful. If you have any more questions, let me know. If you want me to take a look at your touchdown rise or your Gumbi, feel free to send it to me. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do any other tutorials or what tutorial you want me to do next. And I hope this video is helpful for some of you guys, and I'll see you around.